Hear me now. My beloved, do not turn your ears away, for I, the Lord, am speaking directly to you. This is not a random moment. This is not a coincidence or the result of happenstance. This is a divine appointment set by my hand, anchored in eternity. You were brought to this moment because my voice has something to release into your soul, something no other voice can deliver. I have watched you wandering with questions in your heart, trying to make sense of the silence, trying to hold together what felt like it was falling apart. I saw you when you whispered prayers with no words, when tears fell in the dark, and you wondered if I noticed. I noticed. I heard every soundless cry. I marked every sigh. And now I respond not through signs or distant impressions, but with my own voice. You must understand, this moment is set apart. The time has come. Not next week. Not after you fix everything. Not when you feel ready. Now. The heavens are open over you. A flow from my spirit is descending upon your life with power and precision. I am not offering vague comfort. I am releasing a divine declaration. I am not coming with mere ideas. I am pouring truth into your very core. Let this truth settle deeply. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not disqualified. In my eyes, you have always been seen, always been pursued, always been held. You did not find these words. I sent them searching for you. What you're feeling right now, this stirring in your chest, this awakening in your spirit, is not imagination. It is the resonance of eternity brushing against your present. The pull you feel is my spirit drawing you nearer, removing the veil between my heart and yours. So still yourself. Let the noise fall away. Even if the world is loud around you, let your soul become still. Breathe slowly. Listen beyond the surface. Because I, the Lord, am speaking not in riddles, not in shadows, but with clarity and purpose. I am not far from you. I am closer than the next breath. I am not uncertain. I am not waiting for you to be perfect. I am ready. I have already begun. Let go of everything that told you to brace for disappointment. Set down the expectation of delay. This is not the same as before. I am doing something new, something timely, something permanent. If you've wondered whether I still speak, whether I still move, whether I still choose people like you, this is your answer. I do, I am, I have. Let my words sink into the places where you've grown numb. Let me breathe life into the dreams you buried. Let me pull you out of the shadows of your past and plant your feet on the solid ground of my presence. You are not drifting. You are being drawn. You are not lost. You are being summoned. You are not alone. I am with you. You may think the struggle is only what your eyes can see, what your hands can touch, what your mind can process. But I, the Lord, tell you plainly, much has been happening in the unseen. Things that sought to drain your spirit, confuse your steps, and silence your voice were not born in the natural. They originated in the invisible realm. There is a conflict that has surrounded you, though you couldn't always name it. A heaviness you've carried without understanding its weight. It crept into your thoughts late at night. It made you second-guess your worth. It whispered lies about your identity. These were not just your thoughts. They were not born from you. They were planted strategically, deceptively by the one who stands against you. But I saw it all. I saw every time you pressed forward anyway. I saw when you praised me even while feeling hollow. I saw when you kept loving when you were exhausted. I saw your faith when your feelings said otherwise. And I tell you now, nothing you endured was wasted. No battle went unseen. No resistance was ignored, because I have drawn a boundary. I have stepped into this invisible war on your behalf, and my presence shifts everything. Where there was chaos, I bring order. Where there was confusion, I bring clarity. Where there was accusation, I now speak truth. The enemy hoped to keep you unaware, to make you think this was all just internal, to keep you blaming yourself. But now I expose the lie. I shine light into the corners where fear tried to dwell. The shadows are leaving now. The hold of darkness is breaking now. And I speak directly to your soul. You are not under condemnation. You are under covering. This is not just comfort. It is a confrontation. I, the Lord, am confronting every spirit that is warred against your peace. I am rebuking every assignment sent to derail your path. I am breaking every chain that tied itself to your progress. This is not a negotiation. This is a declaration. This is me taking over. Even now, my angelic forces are moving on your behalf. Even now, the opposition is losing ground. Even now, something is shifting. You don't need to make it happen. You don't need to strive or perform. You need only to receive. Stand firm. Agree with me. Let my authority speak louder than the noise. You've endured this pressure for long enough. You've stood in the midst of spiritual tension and called it life. But I say to you, this is not life. This is not your inheritance. You were made for freedom. You were formed for light. You were created to walk in the atmosphere of heaven, even while on earth. And I am restoring that now. So do not be surprised if things begin to feel different, if people pull away, if certain situations collapse. I am clearing out what the enemy used to hold you back. I am separating you from attachments that no longer serve your calling. I am breaking patterns that have wrapped around your identity like chains. This is more than protection, it is liberation. I am not just shielding you, I am extracting you, pulling you out from under the heaviness that never belonged to you. Your spirit already knows this. That's why you feel the stirring. That's why the old ways are no longer working. That's why you're here. Because I've summoned you to something greater. Listen now, for what I speak carries eternal weight. In the courts of my realm, a pronouncement has been issued, a divine decree sealed by my authority and spoken over your life. This declaration is not open for appeal. It is not subject to opinion. It is final, binding, and delivered with full heavenly force. You are favored. You are chosen. Your situation has been addressed. There is a place above all earthly authority, a space beyond the reach of the natural mind. In that realm, your case has been brought forward. Every detail has been examined. Every moment you held your breath in pain, every hour you waited in silence, every prayer you whispered with trembling lips, they were laid before me. And I have ruled. You were not forgotten. You were not dismissed. You were not too late. Your name was spoken before me, and when I opened my mouth, the very structure of the spirit realm shifted. The one who opposes tried to bring forth charges presenting your weaknesses, your failures, your flaws. He thought they would disqualify you. He thought they were enough to hold you back. But I, the Lord, saw deeper. I saw your endurance. I saw your repentance. I saw your heart refusing to let go of me even when you did not feel me near. And for that I have made my judgment, not based on merit, not based on perfection, but based on mercy and the price already paid for you. Yes, my child, a ruling has been made and I will not revoke it. I do not waver like men do. I do not change my mind under pressure. What I have declared stands firm. My favor surrounds you now like a shield and no accusation can penetrate it. This moment is not just another chapter in your life. It is a divine turning point. A reversal has been set in motion. Where there was resistance, you will now find release. Where there was lack, you will begin to see provision. Where you were delayed, you will now move forward swiftly. Not because of effort, but because of agreement, your agreement with my word. Say it aloud or in the silence of your heart. I accept the ruling of heaven. I align with the decree of the Most High. I am not under judgment. I am under grace. These words carry power not because of who speaks them, but because of the one who declared them first. You are not waiting on a breakthrough to happen. The breakthrough has already begun. The spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting to make room for what I've declared. Doors are opening, chains are breaking, patterns are ending. And though your mind may not comprehend it yet, your spirit already recognizes it. This is why things feel unsettled. This is why the familiar is no longer comfortable. This is why you sense urgency without explanation. Because the decree has gone forth and all of creation is aligning with my word. Let no voice tell you otherwise. Let no shadow of doubt creep in. You are standing in a moment of divine alignment. Heaven and earth are meeting over your life, and I am the one who has spoken. I have ruled in your favor. I have seen you in the moments when no one else did, when the weight became too much to carry, but you still smiled through it, when your strength ran low and your prayers grew quiet. I was there, not as a distant observer, but as the one holding you upright when you felt like you were falling apart. You wondered if I had left. You asked yourself if my silence meant disinterest. But I say to you now, I was never absent. I was near, so near that every breath you took in pain echoed in my heart. Every tear that fell from your eyes I collected. Not one drop went unnoticed. Not one sigh passed me by. I did not forget you. I did not turn away. Even in the seasons when I said nothing, I was doing more than you could comprehend. I was shielding you from battles you weren't ready to face. I was rerouting danger before it could touch you. I was building your foundation so that when the time came, you would stand and not be shaken. There were nights you cried yourself to sleep and woke up still tired. Days when confusion felt louder than truth. Times when you looked around and saw no evidence that I was working. But faith isn't born from what is seen. It is forged in the silence. And yours has been made stronger than you know. I know the weight you carried, the heaviness you didn't even speak of to anyone else, the way you kept going even when you felt empty. That quiet faith, that hidden endurance, I treasure it. I honor it. I will not let it be for nothing. You thought you were just surviving, but I was planting something eternal. You thought you were losing time, but I was preparing divine timing. You thought you were forgotten, but I was writing your name into the unfolding of a sacred story. There is no shame in your questions. I welcome them. There is no failure in your doubts. I see beyond them. There is no condemnation in your waiting. I understand it. And now I speak plainly to you, the waiting is over. The silence has been pierced by my voice. Not because you finally earned an answer, but because the time I appointed has arrived. I have never missed a moment, never lost track of you, never stopped caring. Do not believe the lie that I left you alone. Look back and see the handprints of my mercy. Remember how somehow you always had just enough strength to get through. That wasn't coincidence. That was me. I was carrying you long before you even knew how to lean on me. So now, my beloved, let that truth sink in. Let it become your new baseline, your new lens. You are not abandoned. You are attended to. You are not overlooked. You are observed. Not with judgment, but with love so deep it reaches the marrow of your soul. This season may have been silent, but it was sacred. It prepared you for the moment you are now in. And now, as my voice breaks through, everything begins to change. When I speak, creation moves. When my voice is released, no barrier can remain. And now I speak not only to comfort you, but to awaken what has been dormant within you. The silence has ended, not because I was ever absent, but because the appointed moment to reveal my hand has come. You have waited, and I have watched. You have wept, and I have listened. But this is not merely a response to your pain. This is the fulfillment of a promise I made over you before you even understood what I was shaping. What I am doing now is not repair, it is restoration. I am not patching up broken pieces. I am making all things new. There were parts of you that were buried gifts, dreams, hopes, even trust. The weight of waiting pressed them down, and it felt safer not to believe anymore. But I never forgot what I placed inside you. I never let go of what I began. My word over your life has remained alive even when your confidence in it grew quiet. Now I speak to what has been asleep. I call forth what was forgotten. I breathe life into dry bones and awaken the parts of you that stopped hoping. My word revives. My word rebuilds. My word returns what was stolen. And I am speaking now. Let every place inside you that has felt abandoned hear me. I am still here. Let every place that has grown numb hear me. I am restoring sensitivity. Let every broken expectation hear me. I am the Lord who does not lie. I am the Lord who redeems what was lost. I am the Lord who makes even the waiting sacred. You may not feel ready. You may think too much time has passed. But I do not measure readiness the way the world does. I look at the heart, the surrender, the quiet, yes whispered even when your voice trembled. And I say again, you are ready now because I have declared it so. The time you thought was wasted has become the soil for this moment. The tears you thought were forgotten have watered the roots. The faith you didn't know was growing has become a foundation. And now, my beloved, I call you forward. Step out of the shadows. Step away from shame. Step away from fear that no longer belongs to you. Let my voice be the loudest sound in your spirit. Let it speak louder than history, louder than hurt, louder than doubt. This is not the end of a story. It is the resurrection of it. This is not about recovering the past. This is about becoming who you were always meant to be. Restoration doesn't return you to what was. It moves you forward into what is better than you imagined. And I, the Lord, am the one who restores. I do not delay when the time is right, and the time is now. The silence is over. The breakthrough has begun. Say it with your spirit, even if your lips hesitate. Agree with me. Align your heart with the truth I am revealing. The moment you say yes, not to striving, not to effort, but to my word, you step into alignment with a realm greater than anything you have seen. This is not a suggestion. It is an invitation. I am not asking you to fix yourself before you respond. I am calling you to respond because I have already fixed what needed healing. You are not preparing yourself to be chosen. You are chosen, and your response opens the way. Say these words and let them rise from your soul. I receive what you are doing. I agree with your decree. I choose to walk in what you have spoken. These are not mere affirmations. These are spiritual agreements. These words form bridges between your life and my plan. Every word I speak carries weight, but your agreement with it gives it room to move. This is the partnership I designed from the beginning, that your faith would give voice to what I have already established. Heaven does not need your performance. It responds to your surrender. You may wonder how something so simple could carry such power. But I tell you the truth. Faith does not require explanation. It requires agreement. Your logic may still have questions. Your emotions may still feel uncertain. But your spirit knows. Deep within it recognizes my presence. It responds to my sound. It stirs when truth enters the room, and truth has entered the room. I am not only speaking to your future, I am speaking to your now. I am calling forth what I planted in you before time began. This is not sudden to me, it is fulfillment. It is the moment your surrender meets my timing, and together they ignite purpose. Let your yes be full even if it feels fragile. I am not asking you to roar. I am asking you to agree. I will give you the strength for the next step. You do not have to map the path. I will guide you through it. What matters now is your response. Your yes in this moment is more than words. It is movement. It activates something in the unseen. It releases chains that were wrapped around your progress. It silences accusations that tried to linger. It disarms the enemy who counted on your silence. Because when you speak in faith, you echo my voice, and no power can stand against that. So speak, not from fear but from freedom, not from doubt but from desire. Let this be the moment heaven hears you echo me. Yes, Lord, I believe, I receive, I am yours. When I declared your situation resolved, I was not offering a temporary relief or a shallow reassurance. I was making a final holy statement that reverberates through the unseen. Resolved does not mean paused. It does not mean delayed. It means judged, settled, and finished in my court. What stood against you has been silenced. What accused you has been dismissed. What followed you like a shadow has lost its grip, not because you earned it, not because you proved yourself worthy, but because my compassion overruled every argument against you. You have felt the tension, haven't you? That pull between shame and hope. The echo of past failures trying to remind you of who you used to be. The enemy has whispered that your struggle defines you. But I, the Lord, declare your struggle is not your story. Your story is redemption. Your story is freedom. Your story is that mercy stood up and said, "Enough." I examined everything, every moment of pain, every act of faith, every time you chose to get back up. I saw it all. And though there were reasons you could have been disqualified, I chose to see the blood that speaks a better word over your life. I chose to see the sacrifice that already paid the full price. I chose to see my image in you, not your errors. This is the truth that breaks the chains. You are not guilty. You are not rejected. You are not beyond reach. You are not under judgment. You are covered. You are spoken for. You are cleared. Situation resolved means the opposition has no more legal ground. The weight you've been carrying is no longer yours to hold. I carried it. I crushed it. I buried it under the authority of my word, and now I call you to stand under that same authority, to step out from under the weight and walk in the reality I have established. Let this truth sink deep. I did not resolve your situation so you could go back to surviving. I resolved it so you could start thriving. I resolved it so you would know beyond any doubt that I have taken your side, that I have defended you, that I have gone before you and opened the way. This is not theory. This is not poetic metaphor. This is spiritual reality. The accusations are gone. The guilt is broken. The shame has been shattered. The delay has been dismissed. The penalty has been paid. And what remains now is freedom. Freedom to move, freedom to trust, freedom to dream again. So rise in this truth. Let it become the ground you walk on, the atmosphere you breathe in. You are not waiting for me to decide if you're worthy. I already decided. I already spoke. I already finished the matter, and the verdict is final. You are free. There was a moment, one you could not see, when the adversary stood before me. He came with his case built against you, every misstep, every wound, every secret place of struggle, every dark corner of your past. He laid them out as if they were undeniable proof of your unworthiness. He believed the weight of your history would speak louder than your identity. He believed the pain you carried was evidence that you were not chosen. But I let him speak. I allowed his accusations to rise like smoke, not because I agreed, but because I wanted the moment to be witnessed. I wanted all of heaven to see what I would do next. I did not respond with defense or counter-argument. I did not negotiate or try to lessen the charge. I stood. And when I stood, the atmosphere shifted. Every spirit in my presence hushed. And with one word, one act of sovereign declaration, I erased the record. He was silenced. Not because there was nothing on his list, but because the blood had already covered it. Because the Lamb had already paid the price. Because what he held as condemnation, I had already turned into a testimony. You may not realize this yet, but your name has been cleared in the courts of the Most High. Your sentence has been overturned. Your identity has been restored. The voice that tried to shame you has been drowned by my voice that affirms you. Yes, the enemy tried to steal your destiny, not with swords or chains, but with shame and accusation. He hoped to wear you down with discouragement to convince you that your story was finished. But I never gave him the pen. I never let him author your ending. I have been writing your name on pages he cannot touch. The judgment he sought to bring was shattered by my mercy. The lies he constructed collapsed under the weight of my truth. And though he thought he had the final word, I spoke over him, and my word became the only word that mattered. From that moment forward, every claim he brought against you was nullified. And not only that, I turned the courtroom into a place of commissioning. What was meant to disqualify you became the platform where I affirmed you. What was meant to break you became the place where I crowned you. This is not allegory. This is not distant theology. This is real. The adversary was overcome, and he holds no claim to your future, no access to your inheritance, no authority over your journey. You are not under trial anymore. The case is closed. The judge has ruled. And I, the Lord, say again, you are mine. I made my decision before the world saw your potential, before you could articulate your calling, before your hands did anything deemed worthy. I looked upon you fully knowing every detail of your journey, your victories, your failures, your wounds, and I declared, this one is mine. Not as a label, not as a future possibility, but as a present reality. My mark is upon you. My claim over your life is not temporary. It is eternal. It cannot be revoked, edited, or questioned. The enemy may challenge it, others may misunderstand it, even you may doubt it. But my declaration stands firm through every season. When I say you are mine, I do not mean it metaphorically. I mean that your very existence is entwined with my purpose. I mean that your name is written in places the enemy cannot reach. I mean that you walk under covering favor and calling that did not originate from men. You may feel ordinary, but I see you as set apart. You may feel broken, but I see the vessel I've chosen to carry glory. You may feel tired, but I see the one whose spirit I have filled with unshakable endurance. I do not identify you by what has happened to you. I identify you by who I created you to be. There are voices, some loud, some subtle, that have tried to convince you otherwise. They've told you that you don't measure up, that you missed your chance, that you've gone too far to return. But none of them carry my authority. None of them have seen what I've seen. None of them paid the price I paid for you. I want you to know, my child, that I did not purchase you in part. I purchased you entirely. I do not hold a receipt of conditional ownership. I hold a seal of eternal belonging. You are not on probation with me. You are not living under spiritual scrutiny. You are embraced, not examined. You are welcomed, not weighed. You are loved, not judged. Every time you questioned your place in my heart, I was never unsure. Every time you felt like hiding, I was still pursuing. Every time you feared rejection, I was preparing restoration. You never disqualified yourself beyond my reach. My reach has always been longer than your fall. So now let this truth break every lie that still lingers. You are mine. No condition, no clause, no expiration, no competing claim. Walk in this identity. Let it quiet your fear. Let it silence comparison. Let it anchor your soul when the world shakes around you. When others question who you are, let my words answer them. This one belongs to me. When shame tries to speak again, remind it. The Lord has already claimed me. When you feel weak or unworthy, declare it again. I am His. Not because you said so first, but because I did. Your value was not established by your achievements. It was not secured by your reputation. It was not born from your efforts or sustained by your performance. Your value came from me, from my design, my choosing, and my unwavering love that existed before you took your first breath. You did not earn it, which means you cannot lose it. You did not create it, which means no one can take it from you. It is not fragile. It is not negotiable. It is fixed, sealed in the substance of who I say you are. The world has tried to put labels on you. Some were given in ignorance. Some were given in cruelty. Others were whispered through painful experiences or shouted through moments of failure. But none of those labels came from me. I do not call you broken. I do not call you lost. I do not call you too late. I call you beloved. I call you mine. I call you chosen. Even when others could not see your worth, even when you could not see it yourself, I saw clearly. I have always seen through the fog of pain and confusion. I have always seen the reflection of my image within you. No distortion, no wound, No accusation has ever blinded me to who you truly are. I want you to know, child, that when I chose you, I knew everything. I knew the battles you would face. I knew the mistakes you would make. I knew the times you would drift, question, or even resist me, and still I chose you. Not reluctantly, not conditionally, but with full intention. Because my love is not theoretical. It is not distant or detached. It is fierce. It is constant. It is personal. And it is active in your life right now. You have not outgrown it. You have not disqualified yourself from it. You have not failed your way out of my embrace. You are seen. You are covered. You are protected by a love that never retreats. So when the voices of condemnation rise again, whether from your own thoughts or from the world around you, let this truth answer them. I am loved without condition. I am held without fear. I am known completely and still called worthy. This is not sentiment. This is the foundation of your identity. Stop measuring yourself by the reactions of others. Stop defining yourself by seasons of weakness. Stop agreeing with the lies that say you are behind, broken, or forgotten. You are not a project I am tolerating. You are a masterpiece I am revealing, and I am not finished with you. So stand tall in this truth. Let it be the lens through which you see yourself. Let it become the echo that follows you through every room. I am who God says I am, and what I say is final. I did not send an answer from afar. I did not merely whisper comfort from a distance. I stepped in. I entered the center of your storm. I came near not as an idea, not as a feeling, but as a force. My presence has broken into the atmosphere around you, and nothing remains untouched. There are matters in your life that required more than encouragement. They required intervention. There were walls that could not be torn down by your strength. There were patterns too deep for you to break alone. So I came. I did not wait for your permission. I did not consult with the powers that opposed you. I acted because I am the Lord. You need to understand what that means. When I move, I don't merely influence, I transform. When I come close, I don't just inspire, I reconstruct. I step into places that were held in darkness and bring an immediate shift. And that is what I am doing in you. Even now, something inside you knows this. You can sense the shift even if your mind can't explain it. You felt the breaking away of old fears, the unraveling of heaviness, the loosening of chains you couldn't see. That is not imagination. That is me. This is not an emotional high or a fleeting moment. This is me reversing what was never meant to define you. The delay you carried, I have ended it. The discouragement that clung to your voice, I have silenced it. The pressure that suffocated your joy, I have lifted it. I am not a passive God. I am not observing your pain as a spectator. I am the God who stands in the fire with you, who parts the sea before you, who crushes the voice of the accuser behind you. I do not send help. I am the help, and I do not retreat. My child, you have asked, where is God in all this? And I say to you now, I have been closer than your own breath. I was holding your foundation steady when everything around you trembled. I was shielding you when attacks came unseen. And now I am revealing my hand so clearly that you will not wonder again. You thought you needed answers. What you needed was presence. And here I am. I do not come to take sides. I come to take over. I am clearing the debris. I am healing the damage. I am reclaiming what the enemy touched. And I will not stop until every part of your life reflects my glory. Let go of the idea that you must fix this. Let go of the thought that breakthrough depends on your ability. It depends on me, and I am faithful. I have already begun the work, and I will complete it. So do not strive, receive. Do not worry, watch. I am not done. I am just beginning. You've been seeing more clearly than you realize. The clarity rising within you isn't a coincidence, it's a gift I placed inside you. You didn't stumble into understanding. You didn't discover it by accident. It was me. I've been speaking to your spirit in quiet, unmistakable ways long before you found the language to describe it. What you sensed in others, the uneasy feeling, the subtle truths revealed the moments where something felt off, even when everything looked fine. That wasn't suspicion. That was discernment. That was the spirit I placed within you, stirring, awakening, guiding. And you listened. Even when you doubted yourself outwardly, inwardly, you followed the signal I sent you. You weren't looking through the lens of bitterness. You were seeing with spiritual sight. I've been sharpening your vision, not your natural eyes, but the eyes of your spirit, so you could perceive what others miss, so you could step around traps before they ensnared you, so you could speak truth when lies were dressed as kindness. That stillness you've been drawn to, that internal calm you've chosen to protect, that's not weakness, it's wisdom. That's what I gave you to hold on to when the noise tried to drown me out. While others were rushing ahead, I was teaching you to pause. While others relied on logic, I was teaching you to listen, not to the loudest voice, but to the deepest one, mine. And now you're starting to see what you've carried all along. The way you've waited without explanation, the way you've watched with holy patience, the way you let others reveal themselves not with judgment, but with quiet understanding. That was me forming maturity in you. Spiritual clarity doesn't shout, it knows. And you've known more than you admitted, even when others didn't validate it. Even when they made you feel like you were overthinking. Even when they dismissed your silence as uncertainty, you were right to hold your ground. You were hearing me. This ability to see what lies beneath, to sense what is true, even when the surface says otherwise, is not something you earned. It's something I entrusted to you. And now it's growing. It's becoming refined. You no longer need to defend your insight. Just walk in it. Let it shape your decisions. Let it guide your steps. You don't need approval. You need alignment. I'm calling you to trust this discernment more boldly now. I am using it to guide you through new spaces. I am using it to protect what's sacred in you. And I am using it to reveal what's next, not all at once, but enough for each step. Honor what I've taught you in silence. You don't need a platform to prove your knowing. The fruit will prove it. The peace it brings will prove it. The way I confirm it again and again will prove it. You've been seeing rightly. Don't shrink back now. Don't second guess what I've clarified. This is not intuition. This is insight. This is me within you. In the noise of the world, I am calling you to guard what is quiet. The stillness inside you is not empty space. It is sacred ground. It is the place where my voice settles, where my wisdom unfolds, where your spirit aligns with eternal truth. Protect it like treasure because it is. Not everyone will understand the way you choose calm over reaction, reflection over opinion, peace over performance. But I have not called you to be understood by the crowd. I've called you to walk with me. And that walk often requires silence. Silence from distraction, silence from proving yourself, silence from the chaos that constantly demands your attention. You've noticed how certain conversations disturb your peace, how certain environments leave you drained. That's not weakness, it's discernment. Your spirit is recognizing what doesn't feed your calling. I'm inviting you to become even more selective about what you allow in. Not from fear, but from wisdom. Not to isolate, but to consecrate. There is a strength in stillness the world cannot imitate. It is the strength of restraint, the strength of clarity, the strength of deep roots that are not swayed by every wind. This is the kind of strength I am building in you. You don't need to prove anything with noise. You will prove everything through fruit. Let your responses come from presence, not pressure. Let your words flow from knowing, not reacting. I am not asking you to become invisible. I am inviting you to become unshakable. And that happens when you center your soul in me daily. Do not treat your peace as something casual. It is evidence of my hand on your life. When others lose themselves in anxiety, you will stand grounded. When fear rises around you, you will be anchored in trust. That is not personality, it is preparation. I've been forming this in you layer by layer so that when the shaking comes, you will not be moved. You've already begun to see how my peace quiets the voices of confusion, how it slows the rush to judge, how it softens your own inner dialogue. This is me within you. The still waters I lead you beside are not just poetic, they are practical. They renew you not just spiritually, but emotionally, physically, mentally. So make space for silence. Guard your inner world. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every invitation is your assignment. Not every battle is yours to fight. Let me filter what reaches your heart. Let me guide you when to speak and when to stay still. You don't need to shout to be heard by me. You don't need to act loudly to have impact. The authority I've placed in you flows through stillness, through presence, through discernment. And when the world around you storms, this stillness will be your shelter. It is not passive, it is powerful, it is not hesitation, it is holy awareness. Stay close to me here in the quiet, and I will show you the way forward. You are not merely recovering, you are transforming. What you are walking through is not a return to who you were. It is the emergence of who you truly are. The version of you that was shaped by survival, by disappointment, by striving, it is falling away. What is rising now is the part of you I formed in eternity, untouched by shame, unbent by fear. You have been feeling it, haven't you? That subtle disconnection from what once felt normal. The pull away from cycles that no longer fit. The growing discomfort with what you used to tolerate. These are not signs of collapse, they are signs of awakening. You are outgrowing the shell you once called home. Don't resist it. Don't rush to explain it. Let the shift happen. I am not asking you to patch the old. I am leading you to embrace the new. The old ways of coping, the false identities you wore, the self you built to survive, they served a purpose for a time, but that time has ended. Now is the time of becoming. You are stepping into a new rhythm, one not driven by fear, but led by peace. Not fueled by proving yourself, but anchored in knowing who you are. This transformation is not loud, it is not dramatic, it is deep, holy, and undeniable. It shows up in how you breathe, in what you no longer chase, in how you say no, in what you're finally willing to release. The world may not notice at first, but the heavens already have. All of creation rejoices when one of my own steps into alignment with their true identity. You are no longer moving in reaction, you are moving in revelation. You are no longer hiding wounds, you are walking in healing. This shift may cause others to question you. They may not recognize this version of you. Let them. You don't need to convince anyone. Your life will speak. Your presence will shift the room. Your calm will carry authority. And the fruit of your transformation will silence every doubt. Trust me in this process. I know it's unfamiliar. I know it feels risky. But what you're letting go of was never meant to last. And what you're stepping into has always been waiting. I will guide you through it. I will protect what's blooming. I will establish your steps. Do not mourn what's leaving. Celebrate what's arriving. Do not fear what you don't yet understand. Rest in the knowing that I do. The path before you is not random, it is holy, and every step you take in obedience clears space for more of me to dwell in you. This is more than growth. This is metamorphosis. This is the revealing of glory within clay. This is what I had in mind when I called you mine. You've entered a different way of seeing, a different way of being. It feels unfamiliar because it's not of this world, it's of mine. You are no longer interpreting your life through the lens of logic alone. Now you're discerning through spirit. You are beginning to understand what it means to live from within, to move according to unseen truth rather than external noise. This is not detachment from reality, it is a deeper engagement with reality as I designed it. You are awakening to what truly matters. The endless striving, the need to explain, the pressure to conform, it's all losing its grip. That's because you've stepped into alignment with something greater. My rhythm, my breath, my wisdom. You may feel the separation growing between who you used to be and who you're becoming. That's not something to fear, it's something to bless. You are not leaving anything behind that I intended you to carry forward. What you release now creates space for what I've been preparing to bring. This clarity you're sensing, it's me. The quiet certainty that doesn't shout but settles deep, it's my voice. The sudden knowing in your spirit that guides you more accurately than your mind, that's my guidance. And it will not fade, it will grow. As you trust me in it, I will train you in how to live by it. You'll begin to notice how time feels different here. The urgency of the world won't control you anymore. The loudness of trends and opinions won't shake your direction, because you are now moving in step with eternity, and in that space you are secure. Let this new sensitivity lead you. You are not imagining the shift, you are perceiving it. You are not overreacting, you are responding to the sacred. You are not withdrawing, you are recentering. And from this place I will reveal things to you that cannot be taught, only received. I will show you signs others miss. I will speak through stillness, through patterns, through moments others would overlook. And as you remain attuned, I will entrust you with more vision, more understanding, more weight of purpose. Because now you are ready to carry it not in your own strength, but in mine. Your transformation is not only for you, it is a doorway for others. As I change you, I will send you, not to preach, but to reflect, not to control, but to illuminate. Your life will become a message, not with volume, but with authenticity. And hearts that are ready will recognize my presence in you. So don't try to go back. Don't try to explain what I'm doing to those not yet ready to see. Simply live it, breathe it, be it. You are now walking in the beginning of the fulfillment I promised you long ago. This is what you've waited for. This is what I've prepared. Now walk forward, not in haste, but in holiness. Every step is sacred. Every moment is infused with my nearness. And from this point on, you do not walk alone. Now that you see with new eyes, live with new intention. This life I've drawn you into isn't just meant to be felt in moments of prayer, it's meant to be embodied in the ordinary. The sacred is not limited to silence or solitude. It breathes through your mornings, it whispers in your conversations, it flows through your small decisions. Let your waking thought be presence. Before the world speaks, let your soul say, "Here I am, Lord." Do not rush to perform. Begin with awareness. Let your posture before me shape the pace of your day. When you rise, rise slowly. When you move, move consciously. When you speak, speak from stillness. This way of living will feel counter to the urgency around you. That is exactly the point. I have not called you to move with the chaos of the world, but to live in rhythm with heaven. That rhythm is steady. It is full of grace. It does not demand perfection. It invites alignment. You will begin to notice the nudges, the quiet invitation to pause, to choose kindness, to stay silent when pride wants to speak. These moments are not small, they are sacred. They are how transformation becomes tangible. This is where the internal becomes external, where what I'm doing in you begins to shape what is around you. Let love lead. Not the shallow kind that avoids truth, but the deep kind that walks with it. Let your words carry weight, not because they are many, but because they are true. Let your hands move not from duty, but from compassion. Let your rest be intentional. Let your joy be full, even when things are not perfect. This new way will not always be easy, but it will be light. It will not weigh you down with religious striving. It will lift you into trust. When the old habits try to return, when fear presses in, when busyness tempts you, return to this truth: I am with you. I am in you. I am for you. Do not let guilt be your motivator. Let grace be your teacher. Do not chase productivity to feel worthy. You are already worthy. From that place of assurance, everything else flows. Your creativity, your work, your rest, your relationships. They all become extensions of the life I've awakened in you. Stay rooted in the small things. A whispered prayer, a quiet thank you, a moment of awe at something beautiful. These are not distractions. They are doors into my presence. Let gratitude be your language. Let simplicity be your guide. This is how you will live differently, not with effort, but with surrender. not with pressure but with purpose. The world may never understand the peace you carry. That's okay. It was never for them to validate. It is for you to live. And in living it, others will be drawn not to your strength, but to my presence in you. This is the way forward, step by step, breath by breath, fully alive, fully present, fully mine. You've come to the threshold now, not of an ending, but of a holy beginning. What has been awakened in you is not a passing moment. It is the first page of a sacred chapter written long ago in my heart. You are not who you were. The veil has been lifted. The weight has shifted. And your spirit knows this truth even before your circumstances catch up. You are not standing still. You are standing new. Everything within you that once cried out for clarity now rests in a deeper knowing. Not all your questions are answered, but the urgency to demand them has quieted. That is what peace does. That is what my presence brings. This is the place where transformation becomes agreement, where revelation becomes movement. I have not poured these truths into your heart so that you would simply feel them. I've poured them in so that you would walk them out, in your choices, in your posture, in your presence. The world will not always confirm this change. Do not look to it for evidence. Look to me. I will remind you daily who you are becoming. I will affirm what I've planted, and I will water it with encounters, with confirmations, with the quiet assurance that never leaves. This is your moment to echo my voice with your life, to respond not just in prayer but in posture, to align your direction with the truth I've revealed. That means releasing the remnants of the old story, no longer carrying guilt that I've already cleansed, no longer agreeing with fear that I've already silenced, no longer wearing labels that never came from me. Instead, wear my word. Clothe yourself in confidence, not arrogance, but assurance. Wrap yourself in mercy not only for others but for yourself. Carry joy, not the fragile kind that depends on outcomes, but the deep kind that flows from my unchanging love. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are not disqualified. You are handpicked. You are not random. You are appointed. This moment, this shift, this clarity, none of it is accidental. It is the fruit of surrender. It is the evidence of grace. It is the beginning of a walk that will mark you forever. Let your life now become the testimony. Not just your words, but your way. Let your days preach the truth that I am faithful, that I restore, that I choose the unlikely, that I dwell not only in temples but in the yielded hearts of those who say yes. And now, beloved, say yes again. Say yes to the way I lead. Say yes to the voice that called you from the shadows. Say yes to the path that unfolds with every step of trust. You have been awakened. You have been invited. You have been transformed. Now that you have heard my voice and received my truth, it is time to respond, not with fear, not with hesitation, but with the fullness of your heart. The journey does not end with revelation. It begins with agreement. My words have entered your spirit. Now let your spirit speak back to me. Come closer, my child. Not with polished prayers, but with real surrender. This is not about performance. This is about permission. I do not need eloquence. I desire honesty. Let this be the moment where what I've spoken over you becomes what you declare within you. If you feel the stirring, the longing, the holy ache, I am the one who placed it there. Follow it. Speak to me now. Open the door of your heart and I will meet you there. Let us begin. Lord, I come before you not with polished words but with an open spirit. I lay down the need to perform, the need to earn, the need to explain. I surrender what I thought I had to be, and I yield to who you say I already am. I no longer want to carry the weight of my own understanding. I place it at your feet. I release the old stories I've been repeating in my mind, stories of fear, of failure, of being too much or not enough. I let go of the belief that I have to hold it all together. You never ask that of me. You only ask for my yes. So here it is, Lord. I give you not just my victories, but my vulnerabilities. Not just the parts of me that feel presentable, but the parts I've hidden away even from myself. The fatigue, the doubt, the quiet shame. I no longer protect them. I hand them over to you. Let the old version of me fall away now. The one that was shaped by striving, by wounds, by scarcity. The one who lived trying to avoid rejection. I do not mourn her. I bless her for surviving. But I no longer need her to lead me. From this moment forward, I want to be led by truth, by your spirit, by the stillness that speaks louder than noise. I don't need to understand every step ahead. I just need to know you're in it. I don't ask for a blueprint. I ask for your breath. Take the weight off my shoulders. Take the pressure off my heart. I give you permission to rewrite what I thought was permanent. I give you access to my story, not just the polished chapters, but the ones I never thought I'd let anyone read. Redeem it all, Lord. Make my pain fertile ground. Let my past become the soil of transformation. Let the things that once held me back now serve as stepping stones. I choose to walk away from fear, not in denial, but in defiance, because fear no longer owns me. I choose to walk away from shame because you have clothed me in dignity. I choose to walk away from confusion because your voice is my compass now. This is my offering, not perfection, but permission. Do in me what only you can do. I am here. I am yielded. I am yours. Father, I speak now not from fear, but from faith. I declare what you have said about me, even when my emotions have not caught up. I align my voice with yours, not the voice of shame, not the voice of doubt, but the voice of truth that has always been calling to me. I am not abandoned. I am chosen. I am not forgotten. I am remembered. I am not invisible. I am seen. I am not disqualified. I am set apart. You have called me beloved. You have called me worthy. You have called me yours. And today I echo those words with full conviction. I refuse to let my past define my future. I refuse to let pain shape my identity. I take on the name you gave me, beloved child of God. I release the lies that have wrapped themselves around my soul, the ones that said I was too broken, too late, too flawed. Those lies have no power in your presence. They fall away now, burned up by the fire of your truth. I choose to believe what you say about me, even when it feels unfamiliar, even when it stretches me, even when it requires courage. You say I am holy. You say I am new. You say I am enough because you are enough in me. So I walk in that identity. I speak from that place. I lead from that confidence. I rise from that truth. Let this be the anthem of my life, that I am who you say I am, not who I was, not what they said, not what fear suggested, but who you, the creator of all, have lovingly formed and fearfully made. Every place I've been labeled wrongly, redeem it. Every space I've been underestimated, fill it with your glory. Every moment I've doubted my value, overwhelm it now with your kindness. I will not shrink back. I will not apologize for being yours. I will not negotiate my identity with people who were never meant to define me. I stand unshaken because my foundation is you. I speak life over myself now, not pride, but truth. I speak blessing over my future. I speak healing over my past. I speak strength into my present. I speak freedom into every corner of my being. Because you are the one who has spoken, and I trust your voice above all others. So let this moment mark a shift, not just in what I believe, but in how I live. Let every step I take from here echo this confession: I belong. I am loved. I am free. I am chosen. I am yours. Lord, now that I've surrendered what was and embraced who I am, I ask for one more thing. Lead me forward, not with force, but with your presence, not with pressure, but with peace. I do not want to move ahead unless you go with me. I do not want to chase opportunities unless you've opened the door. So here I am. Spirit of God, guide me. Teach me to walk with sensitivity to your whispers. Train my heart to notice the subtle promptings, the quiet redirections, the divine pauses. Let me not be led by urgency, but by discernment. Let me not be swayed by crowds, but by conviction. I don't want hype, I want holiness. Order my steps according to your wisdom. Set my pace by your timing. Guard me from rushing into spaces not yet prepared. Guard me from returning to places you've called me out from. And when the path feels narrow, when it feels lonely, remind me that it is still sacred because you are in it. I give you permission to interrupt my plans. I give you permission to shift my direction. I give you access to lead in ways I didn't expect. I trust that your ways are higher, that your understanding is complete, that your love never leads where grace cannot sustain. As I move, let me move with courage. Let me carry hope. Let me become an answer to the prayers I once prayed. Use my life to reveal what it means to live yielded, to walk in step with heaven, to shine not by effort, but by union with you. Surround me with people who hear you, people who stir up faith, people who remind me who I am when I forget. And when the path narrows, when the light dims, let me remember that even in the shadows you are guiding every step. Let everything I build be founded in truth. Let everything I pursue be birthed in obedience. Let every outcome be surrendered to your hand. And when I don't know what to do, let me wait. When I don't know what to say, let me be still. When I don't know where to go, let me return to the altar, to the place where presence matters more than clarity. I will not ask you to bless my striving. I will ask you to lead my surrender. This is my walk now, anchored in trust, fueled by grace, sustained by love. Thank you for the journey behind me. Thank you for the mercy that carried me. Thank you for the future unfolding before me. I do not step forward alone. I step forward with you. Amen.